I thought you said you were in New Hampshire. My brother is Miami now, so you see the Miami flow going. So I had to switch it up and get my Miami flow going and sweat a little bit. But very excited, Will, man. I'm thankful for you giving this time, sharing knowledge.
Absolutely.
But quickly, just for the folks, I've been talking a lot about you. Maybe just a brief intro of who you are, where you're from, what country you represent besides America, and so forth. If you could just share with the good people.
Most definitely.
Let's come this way.
We got
so
a car
we get out
coming,
the
so
road.
we'll get out the road. So yeah, my name is Will. Just to tell you a little bit about me, I've been doing the real estate thing for a few years now. You know, I grew up around construction. Been in the trades for like 17 years. Found an opportunity presented itself, right? And I was ready, and I took that opportunity, hit the ground running about 5 years ago with a construction company. We install heating, air conditioning products and systems, and through that, working with various builders, I quickly realized that real estate was something that I wanted to get into. You know what I mean? And with doing a lot of research and due diligence and educating myself on real estate, on the whole process, I was able to find and build the courage to actually jump in and start the process as far as real estate investing.
You talk about courage. I want to jump in on that because you say courage. I feel like a lot of folks watching have a lot of dreams right now. We in COVID. People write things down, dreams and all and so forth. And I remember when you told me about this journey about 5-6 years ago. Can you just tell us one thing that actually pushed you over the edge? Because we could talk about courage all we want, but sometimes we just fail. We get scared, or we don't get the support from our friends and families. Maybe share what pushed you over the edge, bro? Because you took it 5 years ago. That's a very short time. What was it? Can you expand on that courage a little bit?
Well, it was willpower, really. You know what I mean?
I see what you did. His name is Will. You said it's willpower. I see what you did. All right.
You know, they say where there's a will, there's a way. You know?
All right.
But, you know, seriously, it was just a vision that I've had for a really long time.
Yeah.
And when it came time for me to actually get the final couple last pieces of the puzzle together to do this, like everything was going in the opposite direction. As far as, you know, my other company that I had, it was the quarter. It was a slow quarter for us, right? And then and I took this seminar, and I had to go and invest into more education, right? And I didn't have the money. You know what I mean? So a lot of people would have stopped right there and be like, yo, you know, I got to focus on this. I'm not going to take this opportunity and go. But me, you know what I did? I maxed out all my credit cards. I signed up for that school. I flew down to Texas and
remember that?
And I did the schooling, you know what I mean? And I came back with even more courage, you know what I'm saying? From being around so many other individuals who were winning and, you know, who had achieved financial freedom, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know what? Like, this is exactly what I needed. And I came back and with the focus, dedication, and the vengeance. And I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. This is how I'm gonna do it. I followed some of the things that they taught me.
The blueprint
you know what I mean? And a lot of it is, you know, what you speak of. You know what I'm saying? So I spoke a lot of it into existence.
Speak it into existence.
Speak it into existence. So I would walk around and tell people, right? There's an airplane flying.
Yeah, that's why we're getting closer. There's an airplane going around.
But I would literally walk around and tell people that I would meet that I'm a real estate investor and I flip houses. And at the time, I had not flipped not one damn house.
So,
but right? That's how my first deal came about. I met a builder. I was installing a heating air conditioning system for him, and he was like, "Yeah, you know, he flips a lot of houses." I was like, "I do too." You know what I mean?
Ain't flipped one yet.
I haven't flipped one yet. And he was like, "Oh, really? Do you?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, well, maybe I can wholesale you a house," which a wholesale is when
Take notes.
someone acquires a property, right? And before they close on it, they assign you the property for a fee, right? So he might have bought a property, right? Has it under contract for $100,000. He might wholesale it to you for 110 or for 10,000, and now you have to close on that 100,000, but he made 10,000. You know what I mean?
Easy. Quick.
So that same guy actually ended up wholesaling me my first deal. And I did the deal, you know what I mean?
And this was what, like 4 years ago?
That was only 2.5 years ago.
2 years ago.
2.5 years ago. And since then, I think we've done almost 20 houses.
But wait, let's do this, right? Hopefully the people are still listening. You know we got our man behind the camera right now. Courage, right? And then education, if you picked up on it. Will said he had courage. Now, what's tricky is you're already a businessman. You're already an entrepreneur. And most people think, oh, once I become a businessman, the money's flowing. But here you are looking to expand. You had the courage. You got the education. And at that point, it was speaking it into existence. And people, I think, sometimes confuse the whole thing of fake it till you make it. Fake it till you become it, it probably is better, right? Because, and it's not even faking it, it's speaking it into existence. So those fundamentals themselves, then you already got some knowledge about wholesaling, right? So here's this first house that he ended up getting as a wholesale. And then 2 years later, just 2 years later, 20 houses moved with so much more in store. With that, I know time is going to go against us. So to bring people back to speed, this is the fourth and final installment. About 5 weeks ago, came over here. This house still had all types of stuff out here. When we go inside, you're gonna see how much it's really just shining. And that's what Will's gonna walk it through. So you heard a lot from me in the last 3 segments. This one is really Will just schooling us on what happened. How does this become somebody's dream home as they move in here? Probably a pool or something over here. So let's go ahead and take a walk. Follow us.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna go take a walk, and to sum up what happened, right? What always happens is the opportunity comes knocking at your door, but will you be ready? You know what I mean? So a lot of people say, hey, he got lucky. You know what I mean? But I don't believe in luck. I believe luck is
it's preparation, meeting hard work.
Preparation, meeting opportunity, hard work, and there you have it. You know what I mean? And the rest is history. But some things I'm gonna go over, right? When we bought this house, there was trees, shrubs everywhere.
Yep.
We really cleaned up this lot, right? This mailbox needs to get straightened out. There's still some small things left. That fence needs to get addressed a little bit, right? We're gonna walk in. This was almost a double lot, right? So I was gonna try to go to the city and see if I can get the variance to split the lot up, but I didn't have the right measurements, and I would have been asking for a lot. It would have been a huge investment that's not guaranteed to try to go to the city hall, to the board, and get the variance so that I can divide this lot and only sell the front lot. You know what I mean? So I didn't end
Because
up.
it's like a 2-in-1. You looked
like
at
a
it as a 2-in-1 because it's so huge, right?
It's so huge.
Folks have seen the other side before.
Absolutely.
Come on.
So we keep walking.
And if you want, you could have probably been in front of us as well. So we're
Yeah.
And now, Will, talk to us about this, right? Because sometimes people drive by and see these things kind of parked out there.
This is a dumpster.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? This one's rather small. This is the last dumpster we're gonna have at this house.
How many
They
would
come
you
in
say you
different
went through?
sizes. This house had a lot of stuff in it. I actually went through like 4 dumpsters,
4 dumpsters.
and I think this is the 5th one. They run about $500-600 a dumpster. But then again, it goes by weight. So if
What's
there's too much
inside,
weight
yeah.
inside of it, sometimes they like to overcharge you for the weight.
Gotcha.
So
So again, those are things to consider.
if we come out here, right? A lot of the things that we did the roof. As you can see on this porch right here, right? All the windows got done, right? We got a new set of stairs. A lot of the field stone had moss on it, right? If you want to point in that direction, Javon, a lot of the field stone had moss on it. We kind of got it cleaned up and painted. I had the guy kind of fill some of this area in. There was an old set of steps right here, right? So we
Yep.
ended up chipping that away and then adding some more crushed stone to the house.
And just last week, when we were here, these stairs weren't here
The
yet.
stairs weren't here.
The stairs were not here last week, and now they're here. So now we get in there easy.
You know what I mean? You wrap around the house, some more crushed stone. The guys tomorrow, still need to finish some of the exterior stuff.
I like
As far
this.
as the crushed stone,
You kept some of the original.
kept some of the
wood
original
frame.
stuff.
Yeah.
I did do new windows here, so definitely did the new windows. All back here, this was all brush, trees. We cleared it right up. We even trimmed this tree a little bit.
Give some color to the bulkhead.
Right, the bulkhead was all rusted out. So we ended up painting the bulkhead. They
You
still
couldn't
got
even see through here before,
yeah,
right?
you couldn't see through here at all.
Yeah.
The chimney kind of brought that back to life.
All right.
And I just want you guys to get a good feel of this neighborhood. You know what I mean? So this is the other side of the neighborhood, right? This house happens to be on a dead end street. So if you can see, you know, a nice middle class neighborhood. This house is gonna be a great house for a first time home buyer buying their first home. You know, on this side, as you can see, some small things. This fence was rusted out just like in the front. I had the guys kind of paint it and kind of fix it. And they got to continue kind of doing that in the front.
I'm picturing, you know what I'm picturing? It's a Sunday, man. Like there's a family probably next summer at this time. Kids is gonna be out here, moms is yelling, hey, get inside. At least that's how we grew up, right? Get inside, street lights are coming on. But think about the safety, right? The kids can play out here. It's a very quiet neighborhood. Probably some
They can ride their bikes.
can ride their bikes, put a
Yeah.
basketball hoop if you want out here, throw a football. So really that potential. So what you're really into, Will, is eventually you're helping families in a sense, right? Like what you've invested in here, because you pour your heart and love into it. You don't try to go cut corners and so forth, which allows that a family, when they move in the first time, they're not running into surprises. How important is that to you as you go through this process? Because I feel like sometimes you could have some folks who want to make the quick money. And I've seen how you really calculate and say, nah, I want to get this looks nice.
Absolutely.
How critical is that as you go into this business to not think of just a quick buck, but really creating quality work?
Yeah, well, I think creating, you have to create the value, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, whether it's a seller's market or a buyer's market, it's still going to be very competitive. So you can list a house and they can sit and nothing happens to it because the market is actually speaking. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to go through all that work. Why cut all these corners and then have it come back and bite you in the end?
That makes sense.
So I rather try to do it right. Like honestly, I wanted to list this house last Thursday, but I'm very attention to detail. So I'm gonna wait until this Thursday, finish the last few things that's left. Some of the contractors are even upset with me because I keep having them come back. I'm like, hey, look,
They're ready to get done.
look at this, look at that, look at that. I need it fixed. They're like, man. You know
No,
what I mean?
but that's so cool. So I'm thinking like if we started doing this segments 5 weeks ago, that's a month and a half and some change that you done me listing.
Yeah, this one went quick.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. I hope everybody's still doing good out there. If there's any questions, please feel free to throw them out there as well. We'll try to answer them as we go. Yvonne will help us out with that. All right.
So we're gonna go in through the mud room.
Okay.
Yvonne, you wanna go in the front? Just watch your step.
Yeah.
Got my son helping out as a
He's
cameraman.
doing big things, man. We
Yeah.
appreciate you, bro.
All right, take your time. Take your time.
He's feeling it too. He's doing all. Listen.
You know, even as you can see some of the exterior lighting. You know, we changed the exterior lighting. This deck right here, it's got
Nice
painted.
deck. Yeah.
We're gonna wrap it with a white kind of fence. You know, kind of give it that nice curb appeal.
Yep.
You know, you see that fence over there. The neighbor has already came out and asked me if he would go half with me on building a fence all the way across.
Because he wants to make sure it complements. It's all about
Absolutely.
that value.
Absolutely. And this is just like a mega big yard. There's so much you can do with this yard. Patio, fire pit,
Privacy.
you know, pool, you know
Above
what I mean?
ground pool right in there. Yeah.
So we're gonna go in.
I'm gonna hold the door. Go right in, man. I'm gonna hold the door.
Hold on a second. So out here, this was just like an old beat up porch. No one was using this before for anything. All the windows were old. It was packed in here and just with clutter, right? So when I came here, I saw a vision of a mud room. You know what I mean? A mud room. Maybe this is somewhere where someone might come out, have a cup of coffee in the morning,
Yeah,
and
rocking
enjoy the weather. You know, there's a lot of windows. So we ended up doing some nice tile floors in here, new trim, new windows. You know, maybe they put a coat rack somewhere. You can leave your shoes during the winter time to really add to the square footage. Because at the end of the day, this is kind of a smaller house. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So I want to take advantage of every square inch.
This is
of the
space.
house.
This is true space now.
This is space. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's beautiful.
More space, more value.
Yes, that's beautiful. Man, these hardwood floors, when I saw them last week, I was like, that's where it's at. This is nice.
No, these are nice. So you come in here, right, and you got these beautiful hardwood floors. So there's a story behind this, right? So when you're doing business with the contractors, you have to be very specific on what you want. They're gonna want to give you what they want, which is typically what's easier for them, right? But it might not necessarily be what's best for you. So I came here, you know what I mean, after having everything on the contract, exactly what I want, and the contractor had laid laminate flooring throughout this whole space. And I walked in,
Which is not your taste.
and
I
I
know
was
this
just
already.
like, what is going on?
Now, Lebanon, I know I got folks in South Africa, right? So wherever you watching the world, the Lebanon, the Deshi Pinyana, and then. So this, if you picture Lebanon, Bunga, FLT or something like that, flip that to this beautiful thing. Because Lebanon wouldn't have looked like this when we walked in. It doesn't have that pop. And this is, you got kids, this is beautiful. There's still anything, nothing happened to it.
So he was upset. Nonetheless, right, I had to have that contractor pull it all up and lay the wood floor. This time, I went to Home Depot with him. I went to the supply house with him. And was like, this is what we're getting. I picked out all the tiles. This is what we're getting. I wanted no more mistakes. So make sure you're very specific with your contractor.
Yeah.
Coming by the house every day is very important to see what they're doing. So as you come down here, right, before, there used to be a wall all the way over here. The wall stopped right here. This felt real small.
So you squeeze it like this.
A lot of clutter. So we knocked the wall down, right? Knocked the wall down. I had my electrician move some of the electrical switches, right? Plugs. And look at how spacious this is.
Gives it an open
You know,
concept.
got a nice little beautiful chandelier.
Yeah,
You see that chandelier up there?
It gives it a very much open concept.
Very open.
You
It
cook
flows.
it, yeah,
It
it
flows.
flows,
You know, it flows.
Yep.
You know, and then you come over here, right? You got to get this angle right here.
Yeah.
Look at this gorgeous kitchen. Look at this gorgeous kitchen. Bam.
And I love doing dishes. So me, I'm over here. The sink is deep. I'm gonna ask you to come over here because this is not your typical move-in. Like I talked about quality, right? You see this faucet. These are the type of things that when somebody's coming in and they're dreaming of their house, these are the type of things that they're seeing. So this is nice. Nice kitchen. Do you speak to all these things, Will? Are you the one making the decisions? Like, do you get down to that nitty-gritty and like, you know what? I want my countertops just like this.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. But, you know what I mean? I can't take all the credit because, you know, whatever you're doing, you have a team. You know what I mean? And, you know, for us men, as much as we want to think that when it comes to design, that, yo, we got this, we don't. You know what I mean? So I work with a lot of women, real estate agents, who are friends of mine. They give me pointers, ideas, and, you know, with time, with experience, I'm actually getting better now. I go to the store, pick out some of my own stuff. Like, for example, just something small, like the doorknobs. You know, the doorknobs and the
Consistency in them too.
right? This is oil rub bronze. You know, this is oil rub bronze, right? The handles are pretty much the same thing. You know what I mean? And it just consistency around the whole house. If you look at all the doorknobs and hinges, it just makes a big difference, right? When I was first starting out, I would have contractors, you know, that's oil rub bronze, and then they would have chrome doorknobs, or you know.
And you see that, and you see it in some houses and apartments where you walk in and it's different colors, and to the naked eye, the untrained eye, they might not pick up on it. That was a failure from somebody else. But when you see it, like even with the bathroom, which I think you want to show us the bathroom too, but it flows from the kitchen to the bathroom to that room right there, and the light fixtures as well don't have all different color light fixtures and so forth. So that's very critical.
Absolutely. You see the shower handles. You know what I mean? You see the light in the bathroom. Bam! You see that, right?
Nice. Oh,
you know,
even the shower just
the shower valve. Like this is how attention to detail I've become, right? So the plumber told me that he couldn't change the shower valve, right? Because he would have had to make a hole in the wall, right? So I told him, guess what you're doing, man? Looks like we don't have to make a hole in the wall. Because I need this new shower valve installed. And you come down here, there goes the hole in the wall, right? Zoom in on the wall.
Right there.
There goes the hole in the wall.
He had to. He had no
And
choice.
he had to do that to make sure that I get the consistency to flow. You know what I mean?
Man. And this space, by the way, 4 or 5 weeks ago, I didn't even come in here because it was totally different. Did not have this tiling, repainted these here cabinets. That's storage. That's critical stuff.
Storage. This is actually the washer dryer room. If you come out here, right, the cameraman, you angle it from this side, you can see the plumbing pipe, right, and the electrical setup. So the washer is going to be on the end, and then the dryer is going to be over here. It's going to give you just enough room to walk downstairs. So we're able to maximize and capitalize on this space as well.
First floor washer and dryer.
Now, for the kitchen, when I bought this house, the fridge was actually here in the corner, right? We had a corner fridge. It was one of the most funky setups that I saw. So we kind of changed the flow a little bit. I moved the fridge over, and now you get more counter space on this side. You know, just something.
You got cabinetry, you got more storage over there as well.
Storage on the top.
Yep. You know what their adults gonna be keeping over there. We ain't gonna say nothing, but it's a little stashy stash. The kids can't reach it. Okay.
You got the subway tile backsplash. This is something new, actually. One of my female friends, I saw her do this at one of her flats.
Backsplash is a
and
nice
it just
touch.
looked amazing, and I wanted to try it this time around. You know what I mean?
Talk to me. I mean, now you see this, right? And by the way, I just want to thank Will because, like he said, he's not listing us this week, so he still got more work to do. But because I know his schedule is very busy, I wanted to get in here. But I even love seeing these little touches. It gives you an idea of what this backsplash will look like. You got people's spoons and utensils and so forth set up over there.
Absolutely.
Simply amazing. And that's another thing I'm noticing. You'll find a house where it has one outlet.
Yeah.
And now you're struggling. In a day where we need chargers and all this,
Yeah.
actually, my goodness, 5.
Yeah. So what I did here was, right, I had my electrician bring the kitchen up to code, right? So add all the outlets that we need to bring it up to code, so that way, you know what I mean, the kitchen's up to code.
Expand a little bit on that, because again, informational, educational here. When you say up to code, just give us a little bit more what that means for the good people.
There's rules and regulations in every town, every state, every country as far as the electrical, right? What they're allowed to do. You know what I mean? So when you open something up, you're supposed to bring it up to code, up to the current day standards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you're not putting yourself at risk, family. Because if
Absolutely.
you get the dude who probably doesn't have the qualifications and can't bring it up to code, it could be complete, but there could be something that's behind the scenes that you don't even know about. So those are steps that even yourself, you don't leave it up to the electricians. You make sure that you're keeping tabs on all that type of stuff.
Yeah, most definitely, and a lot of that comes down to the early, the budget that you do. You know what I mean? So some of the things I look for in electrical is like the braided wire. It's like the braided old wire that's kind of detangling. That's definitely a fire hazard. So if you go into a basement, right, and you see that's the wires that they have down there, you got to put in your budget for a complete rewire of the house. You know what I mean? To make sure that you run new wires in the walls to bring it down there. And that could be very, very, very costly. You know what I mean? So for this house right here, all the wires were up to date. So it was a matter of adding extra plugs, which didn't cost as much money in the budget.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I know I want to make sure we save this here, so we're going to keep moving. This space, beautiful. Hardwood, crosses over. You hit the light over here. Tell us what's going on in here, Will.
So in here, it's just, this is the living room. It's a small living room, right? I added new baseboard trim. The old elements, some of the older elements are still behind this, but I redid new baseboard for the heating system as well. You know what I mean? To kind of give it a more new look.
You see the light's going to come in real nice over
with
here,
the trim. It's going to be a small living room, but at the end of the day,
it's cozy. It's
cozy.
intimate.
It's intimate.
It's very intimate.
You know what I mean?
That's what I feel.
First time home buyers still gonna appreciate it.
100%.
Me, I grew up in the projects, and I'm used to small things. That's not as nice.
I hope you guys heard that, good people. And my man doesn't say that out of nothing. He said he grew up in the projects. Again, for people who don't live in the U.S., that just simply means you had very, very humble beginnings. And not shying away from that, you mentioning things like that and coming here, I surely hope somebody's inspired. If you're about to give up, do not give up on that dream. Don't. I urge you. Thank you for sliding that in.
Most definitely, man. You know what I mean? My parents are immigrants here to this country.
Originally from where?
Originally from Haiti. My dad was doing missionary work. He had an orphanage down there. Through his missionary work with some American ministries, he was able to get his visa and get us to come to the United States of America. And it's been a struggle, but it's been a blessing. Man. You know what I mean? So growing up, literally having nothing and being able to be here today with him doing this is truly amazing. And I'm just so blessed
it's
and,
hard
and
work,
grateful.
though.
You know what I mean?
It's hard work. I know. I know when you can't get a hold of Will on the phone because he's still working at 9 o'clock.
Give me a little double tap on the live if you like that part right there.
I like that. Yes.
Show us
please,
a little love. Show us a little
some love. If you're
Yeah,
feeling
man.
this, if this is helpful, please comment because again, we're going to continue doing this. This is just one element of the house. We're going to continue this series in a lot of ways. There's a lot of dreams and vision. The beautiful thing that Will's been doing is not keeping this to himself, inviting his brothers. Say, my brothers, let me tell you guys what I stumbled upon. Not stumbled upon, but what I searched on. So
Absolutely.
please give a love if you're feeling this over here.
So up here,
I'll let you guys go.
right
Man.
up here, it's the rooms are a little small,
Yeah,
but
I see some
still nice
rooms.
and cozy. If you notice, you know, it's still carpet. You know what I mean? We carpeted all the way upstairs.
This is
again,
a kid up here jumping.
The doorknobs and hinges. You know what I mean?
Consistency all the way to the top.
You come out here. In
Oh,
here,
I see a lot of waves. I see a lot of good
there's
waves.
this
in there.
room, right? Another kid's bedroom. So that's 2 bedrooms.
Nice. Again, doorknobs, consistency all over.
And I kind of made the house a little more modern. So these cans right here, the electrician had to snake the wire up, right? This smoke detector right here, come on, the electrician brought that up to code. So this is a hardwired smoke detector that's hardwired. He had to run the wire all the way from here to the smoke detectors all around the house. So if there's a fire, they're all gonna go off, and it's not battery operated. So something like that is small. I could have tried to cut corners on it, but I didn't. You know what I mean?
Safety first.
You got a nice closet in here.
Get your suits in there, ladies. Get your
And then
heels.
you have your master bedroom in here. So you got a nice master bedroom.
Nice.
You know what I mean? You got a brand new thermostat in here. They had the old Mercury thermostats, and I changed it. I got 2 new thermostats. There's 2 zones, one upstairs, one downstairs. Just small things, right? I added the cans.
These lights. So that's what they're called. I didn't know what to call them last week. I just kept them saying these fancy lights.
Yeah.
Cans. Okay,
Cans. We got LED lights.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Before, I just think they had one old school
Yeah.
light over here. As you can see, all outlets. You know what I mean? We put all new outlets.
Now you got them all
Although
over.
we didn't have to change the plugs, but we put new outlet faces, you know, covers on them. You know what I mean?
That's a nice touch, man.
And we'll go back downstairs and finish it up.
This is, if you were not inspired by this, yeah, I'll grab that from you so you wrap up. Good people, if you are not inspired by what you just saw, to chase your dream, to write that book, write the first page, write that poem, dance that dance, you an engineer, you've been building little cars off coat hang wires since you were young. I'm telling you, dream it, believe it, be courageous, push yourself over the edge, educate yourself. So
Before we leave,
yeah,
I'd like to go downstairs. You know, most people, they scared to go downstairs, you know, the basement.
basement joint.
It's not the most pretty place to be.
We're going.
We did our best. Let's go check it out.
Let's go ahead. Let's go to the basement. We're gonna follow Will, and I'm gonna show you the cameraman who's been working over here. Yes, he had 2 cameras working. So if your kids are telling you they don't want to do dishes, I don't want to hear it from them.
So while we're on the way down here, right, some of these things that's left for the contractors to do, this area right here, they're going to clean this up and paint this gray. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, I feel like it's an eyesore. This is so nice in here. We did such a good job in here. And then you come down and bam, you're already scared. You know what I'm saying? So all this right here is going to be painted gray and cleaned up.
So that takes away the kids being scared of going down the basement. I'm not gonna say I was scared to come down here before. Don't judge me. I might have been, but don't judge me. All right.
So the basement is the ceilings are low, right? Here's some of the things I did. So in here, this section of the house, right? You can't really see in there, but it needed a little bit more support. So I added like 6 support beams to help hold the house up a little bit. You can see one of them right there.
There's a couple
There's
more
a
over
couple
there.
more in the back.
Gotcha. Support beams holding the house down, right? Bumble moves.
Yeah.
All right.
So over here,
What we got over here?
we got a
'Cause
brand
everything
new
look
boiler.
clean
We got a
and
brand new. This is the old one right here.
Okay.
Right? We got a brand new boiler. You know what I
The
mean?
boiler right here.
This chimney right here, we're gonna add some more mortar on it. We're gonna fill in all these gaps and we're gonna paint it. You know what I mean? That's gonna happen tomorrow, right? We live in New England in the Northeast. It's
cold.
it gets cold over here, right? It gets real cold in the Northeast. So if you look, this is insulation right here,
Right here.
right? R30 to help keep the house warm. I put a new door in the basement, right?
Oh man,
Going
your
to the-
consistency
going
goes.
to the
Oh, you couldn't
bulkhead.
even go cheap on the basement. You still got the next door. So this is going to the bulkhead.
Yeah. it
If
goes
you
to the
remember
bulkhead.
earlier, we showed the painted bulkhead, right? Comes out over here. So you come out straight to the back. If you have goods that you want to store down here or something,
Yeah,
you can
bring
do
it
that.
right down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Man, Will, let's go upstairs. I want to kind of close out in just a moment here because this has been truly.
So one more thing, 2 more things down here before we go upstairs. So as you can see, this was all dirt. This was all dirt, right? I added some crushed stone, and it helps suck up a lot of the moisture, right? So the crushed stone always gives it a nicer look. You know what I mean? Outside and in here. So this oil tank that's behind you guys, right? This right here, I'm gonna paint it. You know, it's just something small. It's not leaking. We filled it up with oil. Everything works.
It's good, but just
But it
freshen
looks a little
up.
scary. I'm gonna paint it black, and I think that'll be it for this basement. Really kind of bring it back to life. You know what I'm saying?
I like the fact that you gonna put some painting, especially coming down that way.
Paint this right here. You know, the stairs are kind of pre-existing. You didn't want to play with them too much because to bring it up to code, we would lose a lot of the
Gotcha.
space upstairs. So that's why, you know, a lot of the bones is still pre-existing.
Gotcha.
We're gonna make sure it's safe, and we're gonna paint this area, and that'll be it for down here.
Man. So how many rooms total we got in here, Will?
We
have
got 3 bedrooms
3 bedrooms upstairs,
and 1 bathroom.
1 bathroom. We got a dining room, a living room, a nice, beautiful kitchen, and you got a washer and dryer. You don't have to worry about going to a dry cleaners.
And check out this deck right here.
Let's go out to the deck,
Right?
where
Come
hopefully
on,
one
yeah.
day there'll be a little barbecue going on out there. It's nice out there. It's still nice outside.
You know what I mean?
So this right here had a lot. I think were they stairs when we
There
came
were
over here?
no stairs.
There were no
a couple weeks
stairs.
ago, yeah.
Nope. A couple
Yeah.
weeks ago, no stairs. So again, you can just see it, good people. I want to just show it from this side, right? Here's a house, fixtures. Will talked about fixtures and not going cheap, right? Put in some good fixtures over here. A storm door. We live in New England again.
Storm door.
You need that storm door to protect you. When that snow start hitting, I'm telling you, it gets serious.
So typically these type of fixtures, right, like a flag or something like that, I wouldn't typically leave at a house. So what happened is if you zoom in over here, had we removed this flag post handle, we would have had to replace the siding here. So what I decided to do is just go out and get a nice American flag and hang it.
Man, listen.
God bless America,
I
baby.
think
You know
that's
what I
a
mean?
beautiful way to go ahead and probably wrap this up, because here we are in America. It's 2 African males sitting over here. My man Will.
Yeah.
Wilson E. Georges. Thank you so much, man.
No problem,
What's the
man.
last thing you want to share with us for
What
the
I
good
want to
people?
share is if you want to follow what I got going on, please follow me on Instagram, Young Exec, YOUNGEXEC.
And you won't be tagged on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're in New Hampshire, you know, AC needed right now, but pretty soon it's going to get cold. You got that business as well. You got that covered.
Absolutely. George's Heating and Cooling. Follow us, www.georgesheatingandcooling.com. One word.
Love it, man.
You know.
Black excellence. Black entrepreneurs.
So Young Exec 2015. That's the Instagram.
And that's
Send me a
it.
follow.
Man, Will, I want to thank you so much, my brother.
Alright.
This was it's a Sunday. I know it's busy. Good people, I want to say thank you so much. This is not the last time you're going to see this. We're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep learning. We're going to keep sharing. Be inspired. Tomorrow's Monday. Go out there and do what you do. Wake up, brush your teeth, wear your mask, sanitize. We both have been quarantining with our family, so we're taking care of ourselves in that sense. So please just keep in mind it's still COVID. And lastly, I want to say happy birthday, Kobe Bryant, man. We thank you so much for everything you did for our culture, man.
Most definitely.
Appreciate you.
Shout out to Kobe Bryant.
Shout out to Kobe. I can't leave without having our main man who made this happen, who's been behind the camera working. What you want to say to the people, man? Maybe to the young people out there.
Never stop working.
Wow, listen to that. Never stop working. You can tell that's Will's son. And that is it. We're going to sign off, good people. I thank y'all. Everybody who I work with, I'm going to see y'all tomorrow, virtually anyways. South Africa, thank you for staying up with us, brother.